Hello everyone. Today we are gonna present our school JIT. We are Javier Fernández, Daniel Esteban Ortiz, and María Isabella Torres.
Okay, so our aim here is that the school is going to focus on enhancing autonomy in the learning process of the students. We aim to educate critical thinkers with the integral formation, providing them tools that enable self-knowledge to get in contact with their talents and the specific way in which they learn. Some of our policies are that for admission, we are going to make interviews with both parents and students to determine whether or not they agree with the school methodology and if they are willing to spend time supporting their children during the learning process. We are also going to be a private school with all levels of education, even university. In addition, we are thinking of having different headquarters in the main cities of Colombia, in places outside the city in order to offer a beautiful campus with a lot of green and open places, recreational places such as sport fields, pools, theaters, and art places. The building will be modern with multiple professional labs, a kitchen for students, and interactive classrooms. Our classrooms will have moving chairs, boards, and desks so students can work in group easily. Some classes, like the mandatory philosophy classes, will be outside of the classroom in order to open spaces the campus have. We offer garden and primary school, secondary school, and university.
So for each of these sections, we will have different classes. First of all, we would talk about garden and primary school. The idea is that the children can develop skills such as autonomy and teamwork, but at the same time, they acquire knowledge in basic areas through didactic activities. So the classes are gonna be language, where they are gonna learn how to read and write. Then we have mathematical thinking, scientific thought, sports, art and expression, games and teamwork. And finally, they will have a space to sleep or meditate. Then we have the secondary school, children between 12 and 18 will have basic knowledge in different areas. The purpose is to give them the necessary tools so they can decide the future fields of specialization. And it's important to highlight that in order that we are gonna start philosophy because it helps the students to find their interest and the meaning of their life. So the classes are gonna be reflection and meditation spaces. They will also have mathematics, social science, natural science, Spanish language, and they will have religions and cultures, English, and they will have an elective that they can choose between a third language, could be Portuguese, German, French, or they can also choose a sport or cooking, arts, or music. Finally, in the last 3 years, the students can choose the subjects that they are gonna take because of their interest. But philosophy is gonna be required. And in the last year, they can take introductory subjects to the university. And finally, the university is for students that decide to continue their studies in the institution as a story for deciding their career depending on its talents and passion. Um, so we are going to have all common careers going through engineering, law, design, economics, and we also put a mandatory class that is philosophy. And later we are going to talk about the financing system.
Okay, so now we're gonna present the methodology in the classes. And well, first we're gonna divide all the classes in in two sections. In the first section, we're gonna see theory, and in the other section, we're gonna make some practice or see some laboratories. So and the time would be like the half, like 2 hours and 2 hours. So first, all the the theoretical classes will start the first 20 minutes with a preparation of the class. So we're gonna kind of start introducing the theme that's gonna be presented, and they would have like the possibility to choose like to read, to watch a video, maybe some discussion, like discussion between like the other kids in the classroom, and after that they will have a session of questions to the teacher, like about those readings, about those videos, about those like kind of activities, and then the teacher is going to explain in an interactive way, like all the topic. And in this part, the participation of the students are fundamental because we're trying to help them to construct their knowledge by like parting from their motivation and what they want to learn. And finally, the 5 last minutes of the class, it would be for the student to summarize the things they learned. So there had been a lot of investigations that show that when you summarize, then the next class you can like read the summary you made, and that makes this learning process easier and more conscious. Well, then we are gonna have some practice or some labs that consist of direct applications of this knowledge or this theory. So for example, in math, we're gonna have exercises, or in science, we're gonna have experimentation. In biology, we're gonna have observation. And as we're having like these open spaces, they can go to the forest and see how things actually work and not just read from a book or from a textbook. And then at the end of each session, there's a weekly task that is proposed. So the aim of this is making the students like really learn all the topics that are taught, and so they're gonna have like an online exercise that must be completed by the end of the week, and they have like unlimited attempts. And the idea is that they finish the task and they understand the topics, and not just like feeling a quiz and not getting 5 but 4, and not understanding all the topics. They have to understand everything, and then they can continue with the classes. Okay, the system of qualification is also very different. It's gonna be a qualitative qualification, and the works will be graded as complete or incomplete, like C or I. And okay, so the only things that are gonna like to be taken into account in the grade would be like this weekly task that I just mentioned, and the second it's an autonomous work developed by the student on some topics in each subject in the week. So this work is quite flexible. They can choose any topic, and they can reflect, they can make a little research, they can comment, they can I don't know, present their point of view, and or even a possible application or some kind of topic like a profundization on a certain like theme or data given. And they can make any like presented on any format. Can be a video, can be a text, can be a cartoon, can be a drawing, everything that parts like from their the knowledge that they acquired. It's a personal like presentation. And after this, there would be a co-evaluation of this work. So another person of the classroom would see this work, he would give like his opinion, the teacher would give his opinion, and in base of this, they decide if it's complete or incomplete. And the school will also have some centers of support for orientating or like clarifying some of these topics or these, or helping them with these kind of exercises. But it's just gonna be like a discussion and not just making them the work, just helping them.
Okay, so for the teachers, we are thinking of weekly formation and presentation of different strategies of learning, so they are always prepared for the classes. And teachers must be in constant formation, be aware of the advance in their area of knowledge for exploring to the students each week. So basically, they need to be with the latest information on whatever the topic is, so that the students are learning the new that is in the world. They also receive class in managing speech and creating an horizontal relationship with the class. And finally, comments of the students or the tutors of them are discussed.
Welcome.